Vonya Womack, she's a good friend of mine, first of all. She's Vonya Womack is the director of the Center of Global Learning and the business professor at Cabrini University in Pennsylvania, known for its social justice mission, this university. A committed advocate for women and children who have experienced trauma as refugees, Vonya is an active contributor to public service messaging that supports human rights. With over 20 years of corporate experience, Vonya brings her passion in this area to her teaching and her scholarship, focusing on creating strategies to assist mothers and young women in re-establishing their life and leadership. Through her work, she has developed leaders globally, as well as introducing Cabrini's future leaders to current international situations that impact the world they currently live in through the lens of integral human development. She's a graduate of the University of San Francisco and Eastern Mennonite University, where she studied abroad. In her professional collegiate role, she continues to design study abroad opportunities like Central America, Africa, Europe, Ireland, and the West Indies, and to speak on human rights abuses. Vonya resides in Shanksville in Pennsylvania with her husband and 4 children. Thank you for coming.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a little bit where Hafsa left off. As you heard, my concentration is really on the women and the children. And I've had the fortunate opportunity to meet many women and children in both Germany and in Greece. So this last summer I spent some time in Greece, and I'm going to kind of concentrate on that since that's an initial place that they're going to before they go over further.
You went there just to visit them?
I went there just to visit them, and I've just put out a chapter in a book. The book's not out yet, but it's specifically on women and children. So, in regards to trauma, there is a real need for support right now. Many of the women and the children that I met, many of the women have the same stories or very similar stories. And the trauma starts in their own country, in Turkey. I have to hold it together here because I'm just thinking in my mind of many of the stories I've heard. When the women are harassed in their homes, in their jobs, by their neighbors, by their family members, they get to a point where they know they have to leave. Many of them leave without going back to their house to get anything, or if they do, they get very minimal things. They make their way to the shore, where they have either paid to have someone take them across the river over to Greece. I actually met 2 young gentlemen, not women, but 2 young gentlemen about the ages of 21 and 23, I believe, that swam. And during that time, they lost what they had on them. So they lost their money, they lost anything that they had, so they showed up on the shores with nothing. But many of the women have very limited things with them. If their husbands are with them, the primary goal for them is to get typically to Germany or to Switzerland, Holland, some other areas. And if they have been jailed previously, then it's a little easier for them to be able to do that. And then what they do is they're filling out different paperwork for family reunification. So what that means is that you have a number of women and children that are in Greece. Again, they've been traumatized in their own home. Now they come ashore, they're refugees, their phones are taken. However, the majority of the women that I talk to really feel that the Greek people are supportive of them. There were a couple instances of some stories that I heard where, and this was recently, where they're being pushed back. And from their perspective, they believe that Erdogan is paying to have some of the soldiers, Greek soldiers, that are working with the Greek police in those specific areas to do that. I had the opportunity to meet with some lawyers as well, and got to hear some of the other stories about when they're just, first landing in Greece. Like I said, they really feel supported typically by the Greek people. There is a fear of them being followed. Typically, if they were followed, which is where they came from, and there are some cases where that is now happening, and they've got support through a number of different lawyers there currently in regards to that. So it'll be interesting to see what more information comes out on that recently or soon. Many of the women are in close quarters with their children. Many of the children cannot go to school. They have the support of each other, but they do need more support along the lines of trauma. So that's one of the things I'm trying to do, is to bring awareness to what's happening and try to bring support to those areas and work with the Greek people in providing some of that. And also making awareness just in regards to writing and things like that. The children are at a point now, excuse me, where some of the older ones, they're having trouble with thoughts of suicide. They're in, like I said, they're in close quarters. Their mothers are afraid to go out. They're afraid for their mothers as well. So the children are also starting to take on a lot more of the trauma in regards to what's happened. So one of the things that I think that we can do as educators specifically is to bring to the young people here in the United States knowledge about what is happening in Turkey. And we have to start with specifically the whole political realm behind that. So one of the things that I'm doing is I will be teaching a course in the spring on this and about the situation, and my group of students will be going to Greece during their spring break. So that's one of the things that we're able to do for that.
Thank you very much.